Hello, Millwall fans. Paul Eiffel here. It's time for Chat with Chaps.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Millwall fans all over the country. Thanks for joining another edition of Chat with Chaps. Looking forward to the big game on Saturday against our nice local rivals, Crystal Palace. Look, I'll do some introductions and then we'll get some of your comments on. Interesting, loads of you are already saying hello, so it looks like it's going to be a busy one tonight. But look, before I do, as always, guys, thanks for joining us. If it is your first time, please like and subscribe, put some comments in on YouTube or online. It all goes towards the algorithms, etc., for the great charity that we support, which is cancer research. And I know the money is growing really, really well day by day. So please continue to support us on this very important charity. So without further ado, I will introduce tonight's co-hosts with me. I'll see if I'm doing it the right way. I think I am because it's wrong to me. So first and foremost is Manchester's answer to Tristan Kramer, our very own Mr. Ben Green. Welcome, Ben.
Welcome, mate. Does that mean you are Bolton's answer to John Travolta, Steve? Is that?
Well, so Joe says, yeah, that is it. Don't deflect onto me, Ben. It's all about you tonight, mate.
How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, really good. Feeling a little dicky tonight, but I feel a bit better now chatting to you guys, and I know we're going to have a good show, so I'm looking forward to that. So welcome, Ben. Looking forward to your comments tonight. And then below us both there is the also very handsome, obviously. It is rumoured, there was a rumour going round that this guy was actually same nationality as Thomas Frank, Austrian. But it's not actually true. He is actually our European #1 fan. Jesper down there. Hiya, Jesper.
Yeah, I'm good. The rumour is true, Steve. We have the same nationality, but we're Danish, not Austrian. So we just have to clarify that one. But otherwise, you're correct. Yeah. Happy to be. Happy to be back. Really looking forward to Saturday. I know it can go either way, but it's been a long time since, how many years since we played them? 4 or 5? I was in the cup as well.
In the home game, yeah. Well, I've got some stats in a minute I'll share, I think. Yeah. So, but no, welcome, Jesper. Always good to have your input, even though from a distance like that. And I was going to say,
I can see also under slight pressure. I see we have Benji in the comments from Norway. Just noticed that now looking on right now. So interesting.
We're going international tonight. That's what it is. But I was just saying, your face when I said that Thomas Frank was Austrian will live with me long into my life. That's for sure. So. Look, without further ado, we've got a bit of an agenda for tonight, guys. We're only going to be on for about an hour, but what I'll do is I'll look at some of the comments and hellos first, and then I'll talk you through what the agenda is looking like tonight. So the early bird, first and foremost, was Carl. Carl was on at about 7:30, so thanks for that, Carl. Who the fuck a Palace? Absolutely. Thanks for coming on board. We've also got Alex, another early start for Alex. So thanks for coming on board, Alex. Good to see you, mate. Jack P is coming on. Evening to you. There's my mate from sunny Wigan, Jeff. Yeah, who the fuck a Palace, Jeff? Absolutely. Welcome on board. Chris Brown also saying hello. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you again. Another regular viewer of the show is no, I've not pressed it. Have I pressed it? Is Jeff. Great supporter of the show. Hello, Jeff. Evening, mate. Good to see you. Another regular there is Hughesy. Evening, guys, and evening to you, Hughesy. Connor is on here as well. So, hello, Connor. Always got his England goalkeeper. I think that's is that what's it in goal there?
Pickford.
What's his name? Sorry,
Pickford.
Pickford, it is, isn't it? The England goalie. Yeah, it sure is. There's Carl saying hello to Disco. Thanks for that, Carl. Dave Turner. Hello, Dave. Yeah, good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming on board. Danny Chappell, yeah, Palace. I don't think there's going to be a lot of love for Palace tonight, Danny. We'll see. We might get a few Palace fans on. Who knows? Colin, evening to you, mate, as well. And then, as Jesper rightly said, Benji, good morning from Norway. So good morning to you, Benji. Really great to have you on board. And thanks for coming on.
Geographically,
he's got another one now.
Norway's not that far away.
I was just about to say, has he been in the chat since 6:30 this morning? Waiting to come on.
Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, good evening, Benji. You're getting a double. You just do anything to get on twice. I get it. That's what it is. Gary Miles, good to see you, Gary. Thanks for coming on board. Leslie Goddard, hello. Danny Chappell, I think we've already had. Only on for an hour. Yeah, you know us so well. But we are going to try and stick to that. I think Ben's got some commitments as well. Tony Bates, evening, boys. Just a quick one. Gutted Lovelace is out for the season. I agree, Tony. I'm gutted about that, but I think he's been injured for a while, it seems. Or I wonder, I know nothing, but I wonder whether he's had an operation or something to put something right, and we've taken the decision to do it now rather than wait. I might be wrong. I don't know if you guys think anything about that. You two?
Oh, sorry, mate. No, got you. Yeah, possibly, mate. I can't imagine he's got injured with us. It would seem far too quick. I know we do have a bit of a curse, but that would be ultimate curse, wouldn't it? That he'd only had 2 or 3 training sessions and something's gone wrong. So yeah, I don't think you'd be wide of the mark there, mate, to say that he probably had some sort of reoccurring injury or something like you say. Maybe he's had an operation or something along those lines. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
But I agree with the point made, Tony. I'm disappointed. I think Lovelace could be a little bit of a hidden gem, but we'll have to see next season now. So, right, guys, look, lots coming in. And look, as always, I will say, really apologies if we don't get all your comments on. It is really difficult to coordinate, but I'll do my best to put the best ones, or certainly get as many on as I can, sorry. So, look, in terms of an agenda, what we're going to do, and it might help you guys watching to comment accordingly, we're going to have 3 main sections tonight. We're going to, first and foremost, look at the possible team for Saturday, because there could potentially be changes with people being cup tied, etc. So it'd be really interesting to see who we think will be playing, and we'll welcome your thoughts on that as well. We then want to talk about VAR, the dreaded VAR. We are going to experience it for the first time. And I think if you, like me, are probably thinking it's going to be hell. So let's wait and see. We'll have a discussion on that. And then we'll do a bit of a predictions round. So we'll get your thoughts, guys, as well on a score line tonight as well. And yeah, thanks for that, Jeff. That's not one of my strengths, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Yeah, look, Gary Miles saying there, Lovelace and Neop. Yeah. Anyway, going on to the main event. Look, brilliant to win on Saturday. Ben really enjoyed it. He might share that with you later, but he was there and he really enjoyed watching us win at Derby. So great news there. But we roll on to Crystal Palace on Saturday. Look, I've just looked online. I'm hoping this data is correct, but it's saying we've played them 98 times. We currently are ahead, having won 38 of those. We've drawn 30 and lost 30. So we certainly own South London in more ways than one right now. So we do.
How many of those are before the World War II and how many are after?
Don't worry about technicalities.
Too much detail, Jesper.
I know.
We're leading. That's all that we need to know. But we're actually, this is an interesting one, guys. We are unbeaten at Selhurst Park in the last 5 visits. And we've won 2 of them and drawn 3. So we have decent form there. Now, I'm not so sure they were in the Premiership when we previously went there and spent their multi-millions, but who cares? Records are records, and we'll hold on to that. So we're looking good in terms of that. So looking forward to going there on Saturday. And I know Ben has luckily got himself a ticket, so he's going to join many of you there. Nearly 4,000 Millwall. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. I've loved it every time I've been there. It's absolutely fantastic. So look, guys, first and foremost, we're going to go on to Who do we think will play on Saturday? What team will Alex pick? And what we're going to do, we're going to break it down. We'll first do the back five. And I'm going to go to Jesper to start us and give us his view on who he thinks will start. And then, Ben, you can have a little thoughts and we'll get your ideas, guys, as well. So we're looking at the back five to start. So big one, keeper. Who's going to start? Jesper?
Oh, yeah, who's going to start? I could see Roberts coming in now. I think it's time. I think also the fact it's a cup game and he played against Leeds would make sense for him to come in now. I think we talked a lot about Jensen. Without him having made critical mistakes, he always seems to be a talking point after the games anyway. And I think it would be fair to give Roberts a shot here. And he's been brilliant the couple of games he played. So I can see him coming in. Again, if Jensen plays, fair play. But I think Roberts will start this one.
So look, just sticking up, Ben. What's your thoughts, keeper?
Yeah, I'm with yes, but I don't know whether it's going to be because of maybe the pressure that Jensen's under or the stick he's been getting. I just think Roberts will come in because he played at Leeds, he played in the Carabao Cup, didn't he? I presume that was probably part of his deal that he would be our cup goalkeeper, depending how far we get or have gone in the cup. So yeah, I think he will start. Don't think it's a bad thing. He obviously had a great game. I think the interesting point is if he has another great game, when does it get to a point of where we start to go, should he start league games? But yeah, I think Roberts will start for me.
Yeah, look, I agree with you both. I can't see why he would have started him at Leeds. He's played brilliant and then not playing in this round, other than, look, we're playing Palace away, all that. But I think he'll start, I agree. But I agree with you, Ben. I think it's an agreement. You play the cup games and your first choice for the league games. So that's the keeper. Put your thoughts in the comments, guys, on who you think will be starting in goal. Jesper, back four. Who'd you go for?
I think we're going to go with what we usually see. So in the centre, we'll have Tanganga, we'll have Cooper. I don't think he's going to mix that up. And unfortunately, and with all respect, I don't think we have the quality to change these two positions. So I think they're quite given. Left back will be a matter of is Brian fully fit? If he is, I think he'll play. If not, I think we could see Sturridge in there. I don't think Alex Neil would hesitate to play him. I don't think he's afraid of playing the young players. And then on right back, I think it's also given with Harding. He's the only one I think can cover when Kramer's out. Currently with Danny Mack out and Lenny as well. So that would be my back four.
Yeah. Ben, any thoughts on that?
Spot on, mate. Again, I think the only question mark is going to be, is Joe Bryan fit? We haven't heard anything this week, have we, in terms of what that injury or that knock looked like? So if he is fit, then he will play. A little shout out for Zach Sturridge. I thought he did really well when he came on after Joe Bryan got taken off. I think he looked really bright, looked energetic, looked good on the ball, athletic off it as well, looked quick. So, yeah, listen, if he is to start Sturridge, then I wouldn't be disappointed. But Joe Bryan, if he is fit.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. And I think all the indications were early doors after the game, wasn't it, that Brian's injury wasn't too bad. It's a cut, effectively. Interesting, there was talk, I think even Alex Neil said it should have been a red card. I've watched it back and I'm not really sure it was a red card tackle. It was yellow, but it wasn't that bad. It didn't seem it. So I think he was just unlucky, Brian. But I'm with you, Ben. Sturridge looked decent, didn't he? Big lad, decent on the ball. Obviously can get up in the air, and I'd have no qualms him coming in other than being inexperienced. But I'd be more than happy for him to
going off topic slightly there, Disco. But I mean, he would be someone, I'm assuming he's not going to make it at Chelsea, but he would be someone I'd be definitely trying to eye up, even another loan deal next year. Listen, we've only seen 15 minutes of him, but I liked what I saw, or 20 minutes, whatever it was. I liked what I saw. Fits the profile of our signings moving forward. So it'd be someone I'd be looking at either getting in next year or see if we can get on a permanent, because I'm assuming he's not going to make it at Chelsea.
Yeah.
As Meatloaf sang, you took the words right out of my mouth. He's he looked decent, and as you say, like Chelsea signing 47 players every season, you could see him maybe taking a step down, getting some professional football under his belt in a very, very good league with us. If that means they insert some clauses and buyback clauses or whatever, he could still be a shrewd signing if we could manage to make a deal. But again, yeah, he's only played 15 minutes, so let's see.
Totally fits the bill, doesn't he, of what we're sort of looking at and doing right now. And look, it's early days, but he did look decent. Talking of left backs, and Jesus Christ, I'm obviously feeling poorly tonight. What's his name? The old Leicester fullback at Chelsea, who's on loan at Palace. Chilwell. Is he? Will he be available? Do you think for them?
I hope so, because he's going to get a lot of stick if he is. I'd imagine even if he's in the stands, we'll be able to pick him out. But yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I'm sure someone in the comments can let us know. But yeah, if he is on the pitch, he's definitely going to get an earful.
Yeah, actually, that'd be brilliant if he goes to take a throw in. If he dares take a throw in, brilliant. He was pissed off about that. Carl Sturgey's not cup tied. He was on the bench at Leeds for the Leeds game. I'm sure I looked earlier and he was on the bench at Leeds, so he can't be cup tied. Look, he'll be on the bench, I would imagine, and we might talk about the bench.
It's Kramer, Connolly, and Baker, right? I think we mentioned that before coming on here. Who's cup tied? Yeah.
Triple B, who somebody said there, where is Triple B? I mean, I don't. You guys, have you heard anything?
No, nothing.
No. It's really strange. I don't think he's even played. Didn't play, did he, for the under-21s this week?
No,
he wasn't in that squad. I don't think so.
No.
Very strange. So another one like Lovelace. Maybe they've gone and got him fixed up as well with an operation. Christ Almighty. So. Good. So I think we're all settled on same back four. Look, Wes has to come in at right back. You'd imagine it's got to be Coops and Tanguy, and then I reckon Brian gets the nod. And if he isn't fit, then Sturge comes in. But I think he'll be fit to play, as I think somebody mentioned before that Alex Neil has said today that Brian is okay, so he's in. So moving to you, Ben, midfield 2. I'm assuming we're going to play 4-2-3-1. Let's go with that. Who would you put in there? Who do you think we'll have?
Yeah, I think Casper's a given. I think he's been brilliant for us in recent games. You're going to need his energy in midfield. We're not going to have the ball much, I would suspect. So I would definitely have Casper in there. And this one might be controversial. I'm probably going to get pelters for it, but I would go with Billy Mitchell. I thought he had a good game at Leeds. There's a couple of nervy things he did early on, but again, I think he gives us a lot of energy in midfield. He came on against Preston, had energy. Same against Saturday. Came on sort of last 10, 15 minutes, didn't he? And had loads of energy. So I would start Billy and look to bring Sav on maybe when one of those two tire. Look, what I would say now is that midfield 2 and having 4 options with Honeyman being that deeper player to come on, you can almost say, look, just give it your all for 60, 70 minutes. We've got 2 ready-made replacements to come on in there if it is going to be Casper and Billy to start. So, a nice option to have that you can have 4 almost ready-made centre midfielders that any 4 of them could start. But, long-winded answer, mate. My 2 would be Billy and Casper.
No, look, it's an interesting area, without a doubt. Yes, mate, yourself?
Yeah, I know the people like a good debate, but I'll have to agree with Ben. I think it will make sense to play Billy for the start. It will be hectic in the beginning, probably be under the cosh a lot, and I think we need his engine in there. He's got a very good engine on him and he can cover a lot of ground, just like Casper. And I also think when Saville comes on, when we used him as a sub, he's been very efficient. He's looked very good. He brings fresh legs and can probably make a difference second half. So I would go with them 2 as well. These are the 2 positions that are going to require a lot on Saturday. So as Ben mentioned, it could make sense to swap both and say, right, we need fresh legs in there now and bring maybe also Honeyman on. So let's see. But I'll go with them, Mitchell and Casper.
Look, guys, put in the comments who you think the midfield 2 will be. I'm going to be really controversial, and I'm going to agree with both of you. I've got written down here. I know. Should wrap it up now. Bloody hell.
I'll tell you what I will do, Steve. I will caveat that and say, do you know what? If he did start Honeyman in there, I could see why. Again, we're not going to have a lot.
You'd have that.
Look, I'm just saying I could see why he might do it because of his energy, how he can get across the pitch, his aggressiveness in there. Not that Sav doesn't have that. Obviously, he does. But Honeyman's got a little bit more energy than Sav. And again, we're not going to have a huge amount of the ball. So if he did start it, I don't think he will. I'm just chucking something else out there.
Yeah.
If Honeyman did start in the deeper of the two, I one wouldn't be against it, him starting, and two, I could see why he has.
Yeah. I was going to say, look, for me, I thought about it hard. I thought it was mainly between Saville, Casper, and Billy. I've got a feeling Alex quite likes Billy for retaining the ball. And this is a game where we're going to need to keep the ball better. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if Billy starts. I'll then get splinters in the arse saying I wouldn't be surprised if he does put Sav in for his experience. You know, that would be massive as well. So I think it's definitely Casper. I think it's then Billy or Sav. Interesting, Wintle came on at Leeds, didn't he, as a sub? Again, I'm looking at that earlier. So I would imagine he'll be on the bench again on Saturday because he's not cup tied. So, look, options, haven't we? That's the good thing.
Yeah, I forgot about
options.
Wintle. So you've got 5 there that you could could all start. Maybe not Wintle, but yeah.
Yeah. We're not getting many comments in here. It might just be the system, but sorry, guys, if you are putting in who you think should play. That was an interesting one. RBW fit? My understanding is yes, but guys, any?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on that, mate. I'll be honest. Been a little bit off Twitter this week for no reason, but just, I haven't seen much.
Okay. Look, interesting there from John. Play 3 in the middle. Do you think there's any? I've assumed a 4-2-3-1. Do you think there's any chance we might change system at all?
Well, again, the reason why I mentioned Honeyman there, Steve, because if he might start in the 10 and he might play a little bit deeper, and it might not almost be a 10. Is what I was thinking. You might then make that a sort of a 3-man midfield. So yeah, John makes a good point there. That could happen, and it could be a tactical reason that Honeyman starts in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I think we're all look. The 3 of us are saying probably start with Billy or Casper, but wouldn't be surprised if Billy is changed for maybe one or another.
Steve, if I could just say also, I think Alex Neil also touched on that he doesn't mind matching the opposition's formation as well. And looking at Palace, they usually play a 5-2-3 or 5-3-2 or whatever you call it. So he might actually go with fullbacks. The question is then who do you put in that 3-back? Do you put Harding in there? And we don't have that many options on defensively. So it'll be interesting to see what he do, if he wants to go 1-to-1 or if he sticks with the 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, it would be interesting. But I'd be a bit nervous going to a 3 or a 5 now. I'm not sure that suits us, and we've done enough of it right yet. But you're right, Jesper. He has said that, hasn't he? He likes to match up, and he's certainly made a point of that, definitely. So that's probably our choice. We think will be the middle 2 if we go a 4-2-3-1. So we're then going into the let's go to 3. The front 3 behind the 10 and the 2 wingers behind the striker. Forget the striker for now. Who do you think in those 3 positions, Jesper?
I think Femi will play for sure. I think Negley will play as well. Connolly's obviously cup tied, so he won't play. Yeah, I think Condell as well. I think it'll be similar to the Leeds game. My only question mark, and I know we'll touch on the striker later on, but I think that could be up for grabs, whether that would be Coburn or Ivanovic. But I think that the front 3 will be Assis, Condell, Negley. Then obviously you have Imako. I just think it's too soon for him to start as well, and in such a game as well. So yeah, it's going to be them 3, I reckon. Again, if we play 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I think Marco's knocking at the door, isn't he? And there'll be a lot of clamour from fans for him to start. But I'm with you. I don't think he should start this one.
He's a very good weapon to have in such a game if it opens up second half. And I think, he's got such lightning speed. So it could be really interesting to see him in a game like that. Of course, depending on what the score is around the hour mark, for instance. So let's see. A good option to have.
Yeah, spot on. Agree. Ben, any thoughts on that?
I'm going to get absolute pelters here, certainly from you, Steve, and Jeff, aren't I? But I would start Amaku. I would start him.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to wait for Jeff's comment to come through. But yeah, I after absolutely caning him the whole way home from Leeds or two, I can't remember which one it was. I listen. He did well, didn't he? When he come on Saturday, obviously played a big part in the goal. I'm assuming we're not going to have a lot of the ball to be someone that I would almost say stay as high, stay as wide as you want, and just try and catch him on the break is how I would view it. And look, he has got electric pace, so I would start him. I'd play Negley in the 10. I like him in there. I think again, second half when Kundle went off, it was the first time Saturday where I watched Kundle where he's a neat and tidy player, but he made a couple of little mistakes that there was a chance in the first half. I thought he should have hit it first time. We got cut back from Crammer. There was just a couple of little things where I just went, his decision making at times there wasn't great. I'm not knocking him at all, by the way, but I just think second half Negley in that sort of roaming 10 role that it looked like he was playing just gave him a bit of freedom to get on the ball in different positions. And we want our best players affecting the game in their best way, right? So I think, yeah, I would go Maku, Negley, and Aziz is a given. He'll definitely start.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. You know, look, I certainly think again, Alex will want players who can retain the ball, won't he? We need to not just keep giving it away, or we will be really up against it. But I actually think slightly different, or same as Jesper, slightly different to you, Ben. I think this is where Kundle's going to come into his own. I think a little bit more space, bit of quality on the ball. I would be very confident he'll have a really good game. And I know he's just splitting opinion at the minute. People are saying he's very quiet. Again, you watch him, he's not as active as he was in his first couple of games, but he's still in there and he does have quality. You can see that. And I would imagine he'll have a good game set. So I'd almost say it's nailed on. He'll be 10 because I think, like I said last week,
I agree with you, Steve.
I think Alex likes him, doesn't he? You know,
I think that's how we will set up. But it was just if I was picking, that's what I would do.
Yeah. Look, and it's going to come at some point, isn't it? Negley is going to go more central at some point, I'm sure. Be tried there, you know, because he has got quality without a doubt. Interesting though, the Amaku one, like you say. I think you're right though, Ben. What you've said before, I think he's got real quality. I'm not sure he's quite a 90-minute player or a starter yet. I'd imagine, especially Palace, better quality. I bet he'd be like your frustration when he started against Sheffield United and did nothing, was absolutely anonymous. I'd be worried that might happen. And then it's like it's a downer on him where, like Jeff, I think, said before, bring him on last 20, 30 minutes. When the game's opening up, he can absolutely change a game with his pace and power. And they won't like the directness, do they? The old, the Premiership love you to stand off and sit in their positions and all that. You just go at them, they won't like it at all.
And just to add, again, we spoke about the midfield and having sort of 5 options in there. What a nice change it is that we've got options in those positions. It could be Kundle, could be Bangura Williams, could be Aziz, will be Aziz, could be Amaku. You've got names now that you can drop in those positions and go, we don't look any weaker, or it could strengthen us in certain parts of the game. So what a nice problem to have for Alex Neil.
Look, it's really encouraging, isn't it? Without a doubt. Listen, before we move on, so I think Jesper and I are saying the same. Kundle in the middle, Aziz and Negley. And Ben, you're saying potentially Amaku start and Negley go in the middle. So interesting to debate. Before we look at a few more comments, what's your thoughts on this, guys? David's saying there, don't knock SA. His money has enabled us to buy the players that we have. And I guess the question there, do you think SA will play?
Yeah, I think nailed on. He didn't start Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whenever they played. Yeah. He didn't start this week, did he? He was on the bench, so I think almost certainly he will start. And yeah, totally agree with David there. He's going to get stick, of course he is, but he has enabled us to go and strengthen the squad like we have. So I think it's just natural that he's going to get it. Does he deserve it? Probably not, but he's going to get stick anyway.
Do you think he will? Yeah,
seriously? I think the nature of us, we're going to give him stick, aren't we? I don't think it's going to be nasty. I just think we will give him. I just think we will just give him a bit. No doubt he'll then go and score, and then he'll give it back to us. But Yeah,
I think it's mainly also because he plays for Palace now, right? Isn't it? I think if he played for any other Premier League team, he wouldn't get the same pelters as probably he will on Saturday. And no, he doesn't deserve it. He made a move. We made some good money on it. We managed to reinvest. All good luck to him. And let's face it, he played half a season full for us, and we managed to get what we got. So we should also be happy.
Totally agree.
So no, I don't knock him at all for that.
Without getting soft in the old age, I would hope that maybe if that does happen and he gets a bit of stick, at the end, no matter what happens, he comes over, gives a round of applause, and he gets a round of applause back. He's a lovely lad, isn't he? And a proper fan. And as David says there, look, he's left us in a much stronger position as a result of signing that contract and moving on. Made a stupid decision of who he's gone to, but we can't, that's gone now. But it'd be interesting to see if that happens. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Imaku won't start. He will be electric coming off the bench. So that's put you in your box, Ben.
Yeah.
Imaku won't start. AN interview this week, he said AE needs to build up strength bit by bit. Yeah, I think that's the other thing. Let's not forget he's just coming back from injury.
I don't think he will start, just to be clear on that. It was just if I was picking it, that's how he ended up at Derby. That's what I would go. I don't think he will start.
Yeah. No, look, it's good though, isn't it? Good for debate and discussion without a doubt. Yeah, should come on with about half an hour to go. Oh, don't start that, Chris, giving us bloody bad rumours there. We'll have to have a chat. I haven't heard that. Has anybody heard?
No, I haven't seen anything about that. No. Hopefully
not, Chris. Disco's right. He's getting there. Thank you. Not forgetting BRW. We're making our own players up now, Jeff. I presume he means RBW. God, you talk about my geography. Dear me. Daz, welcome, Daz. Daz is enjoying it. Moo. Yeah, absolutely. There'll be plenty of that on Saturday, Daz. And did you all see the Derby fan having a moan on X about the Millwall monk chant should be banned?
So many fans have, right? They fucking hate it. Oh, sorry, pardon my language, but they really, really hate it, don't they, when we really start?
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It really is. And funny as well, there was a clip on X this week of the Southampton game last year. Remember, and there was a 2 or 3 minute one going on, and it was absolutely brilliant.
If you want to go back into the archives, have a look on YouTube. There is one of us at Palace all those years ago where it goes on for about 10 minutes, which is a good one.
Brilliant.
So have a look at that before Saturday.
We'll do, and hopefully we'll do that again. I'd start Imaku there. Danny's with you, Ben. I'd start Aziz Kundal Negley. Yeah, agreed, Alex. Dan, SA won't start. I'll be honest, I didn't think he would, but now discussing it, it would be an ideal game for them to throw him in, wouldn't it? Because he won't have a fear playing against the players he's trained with for the last couple of years. So it possibly will. We'll have to see. If SA scores, he can do the non-celebration. Remember, he's bit. Yeah, I think that would be a given. However, I would have said Jed Wallace would never give it to the fans, and stupidly he went and did it, didn't he? You know, emotions. Who was it? It was Rob Cowley, wasn't it? Was saying on with Chris that he just lost in the emotion of it. He got carried away. But Jed's a lovely guy and loves Millwall, etc. But anyway, only because no one in here has mentioned him. Sorry, who's that? Chris
Ivanovic, probably.
Ivanovic. Right. No. We've not got to the striker yet, Chris. Just hold fire. We're going to get to the striker in a minute. They won't be physical. Sav and Casper can control the midfield. Okay, that's interesting. Imarco is a super sub. Teams will terrifies teams with his pace. I'd agree with that totally, Connor. 100%. The Nigels will suffer. I love it. You know who I meant. Yeah. Well, I had to, Jeff. I had to transcript for you. Late rumour, a Northern will be that way.
Stephen referring to me.
Do you want to share, Ben, that you're going to be going down on?
Yeah, Saturday? I will be. Early start for me, heading down. So looking forward to it.
So Dave, to answer, Jesper, no, unfortunately, not this one, and me as well. Sorry, fair weather fan. unable to go. Me, that is, yes, but not you. Bloody hell, remarkable that you follow us from over there in Austria. No, I'm not going, Dave. I couldn't get a ticket anyway, but I suppose, look, if you really push, I suppose I could have. I didn't think I'd get one. So
yes, but are you eyeing up any? Sorry to change. Are you eyeing up any more games for the rest of the season, mate?
Not this season, but I am eyeing up my 40th birthday. So the first home game of the next season is already pre-booked, so to speak.
Oh,
so
lovely,
I'm just waiting for the program to come out in June. Then I'll be off in August.
And then next question: when's little one's first game?
Yeah, that's another good question. I think we have to be in 26 at least, the 27th. Yeah, I think
I was 3 when I first went, mate. So I think leave it till then.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, that's an interesting, guys. Are they going to play a full strength team, or are they going to go a little bit easier? What's your view?
Well, I just looked at the fixture, so they don't have another fixture coming up before next Saturday. So you can see them putting out a strong team on Saturday, and why shouldn't they? They have an odd chance of actually, making it go through to the final or whatever. So it will be very interesting to see what team he puts out, actually. And I have no idea, to be honest, if he wants to maybe chop and change a bit, or if they're going full strength. I don't know.
Ben, thoughts?
I think all the teams now left in are going to be looking at it as a real opportunity to get to Wembley and potentially get to a final, and obviously potentially go on and win it. You've got, just looking here, so you've got Bournemouth and Wolves. There's one more Premier League side going out there. Newcastle and Brighton, there's another one going out there. Forest and Ipswich, another one going out there. Man United and Fulham going out there. So anyone that gets through now is going to think they're going to have a real opportunity to get to Wembley, as I say, potentially go on and win it. So I think they will be viewing it. And all those sides I've just mentioned, right? When was the last time any of those won anything? So they'll all be looking at it as a competition they think they can win. Only really City now are going to be a team that they don't want to draw, I would imagine. The rest of them, they're going to be looking at it and saying they can all beat each other. So, I think they'll go as strong as they can.
I would be amazed if their Australian manager doesn't realise the importance of this game. Jesper's face again. The old German, please, he is German, isn't he? God forbid. They'll be right up for this. One, they realise the importance of it, and two, as you rightly say, Jesper and Ben, they've got, for them, they get through. They've got a bloody chance, haven't they? As we would have, So I'd be very surprised if they weaken the team at all, other than tired legs from Tuesday night. And as I say, that's a good point made before. I could see SA starting actually as a change for them, which would be really interesting. Yeah. No. It's the manager that's Australian. Yeah, you're right. Jesper's Austrian. Right. This moves us on perfectly to the striker. So I think this sees you, Ben. Yeah, we're going to kick off with the big one. So who's going to play as our striker?
I just don't see anyone but Ivanovic starting, mate. I think we've now seen he can jab a free kick in from 25 yards. Again, presuming like we're not going to have a huge amount of chances. It might take something special like that. It also might take something special like a Luton type goal, a flash in the pan, something out of nothing. So does Coburn give us that? No, Coburn's got very different attributes. I forget who just put that comment up, but yeah, he's going to be very different in terms of being able to hold. So John mentioned it there. He's going to be able to come on, hold the ball up, bring others into play. So two different options, but I think not even 99%, I'd say 100% Ivanovic is going to start, unless he's injured.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, don't say that. Don't start that rumour. Bloody hell, crikey. Jesper, your thoughts?
I would go the opposite and say that we would start Coburn, but I think my main issue and my main concern here is now he hasn't played a lot of football, and is he going to start now and then with the risk of getting injured? And I think that might be the reason that he doesn't start. I do think that Alex would want sort of that profile up front who can hold up the ball and puts other into play. I think that would be a very key thing for him on Saturday, as we won't have the ball that much. But the way Ivanovic has played, and with the risk of losing Coburn should he get injured, and how is his fitness overall, I think we'll see Ivanovic starting on Saturday as well. Yeah. But maybe Coburn will have a bigger impact and might be coming on sooner than he did against Derby, and who was the team he played against also a few minutes, Preston. Yeah. So could have a bigger impact on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one to see how you view it, right? Are we going to try and take our chances when we get them, maybe on the break, that sort of thing? And like I said there, maybe you see your likes of Amaku and Ivanovic coming into play more, or are you going to go maybe the other way, play maybe Honeyman in the 10, maybe play Coburn up top and be a little bit more defensive and bring your impact players on later in the game if it is tight? Be interesting to see how Alex Neil goes. I just think we've got to have a bit of a go at them. I don't think we can just sit there and sort of try and soak it up, because I don't think we're going to be able to for 90 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't think it's Alex Neil's style anyway, and it's not.
I don't
no disrespect to some of the managers we had in the past who were very conservative defensively. Sometimes I just don't think it fits his profile. We might be sitting a bit deeper. I don't think we will go. We will just park the bus and do nothing. I think he will want to have a right go at it. And also for the fans traveling down there, it's a derby, and we haven't played them for a long time. So, yeah, I think we'll go for it.
Yeah,
somehow.
It's an interesting one for me. I'd have no problem Coburn coming in, and actually think we'd be slightly stronger with him starting. However, I do think it would be a bit harsh on Mahalo. And my view would be, I think he will play. I think he will start him. And then, as you say, have Coburn on the bench to come on, and it's more time in his legs, etc. And look, he could possibly, without going too far ahead, could then possibly start against Bristol, which he'll have one eye on as well, I would guess. But I would have no problem Coburn starting. I think it will be the Serb, and I'd like it to be. I think he deserves it. Somebody was on a comment there, look, Stephen, saying they're going to be right up for it. But Alex really wants this as well. Yeah, I sense that as well. He'll want to give them a go. He'll want to give us something to shout about and have a go.
But it's also an interesting one with the two managers, because Alex Neil's been in English football for 10 years and so, and he knows the FA Cup. He knows what a derby means to the fans in England as well. And this guy Glasner, who's coming from Germany, he's been there for a year now. He doesn't understand. He understands what a rivalry is, but he doesn't understand the Palace-Millwall rivalry that's been going on for such a long time. So it'll be interesting to see how the two teams come out of the traps on Saturday, and how he will, or Glasner will have them sort of fired up or motivated. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, look, interesting. You start, look at that. Mark Gahey, they've got some quality, and they Palace, it'll be tough for the Serb. Be tough for Coburn, but I know Coburn, you'd probably say a bit more, up for the physical battle. But let's not forget he's just coming back from injury as well. So I have no problem easing him in a bit more gently. What's this Craig saying? If Coburn hadn't been in it, he may have started. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Somebody asked before, sorry, I whizzed past it and didn't say, who might take a penalty? Now that we're getting these penalties every week, who would you have as taking a penalty?
I would imagine it's almost certainly going to be Negley now. And again, I don't know if people might not have seen this, but at Derby, when the ball went out wide, Coburn picked it up immediately and Negley followed him to try and get it off him. Obviously, Coburn was having none of it. But Negley wanted the penalty, and obviously very quickly moved away. So I'd imagine if Coburn's not on the pitch, I imagine it will be Negley.
All right, interesting. What about the Serb? You were a big fucking Serb. What do you think? Don't think he?
Yeah. I'd imagine that after that free kick again, he's clearly got very good technique, isn't he? So he'll be probably wanting it. But yeah, either one of those two, I'd be happy with. Maybe not so much anyone else at the minute, the way it's been going.
Yeah.
We certainly won't be going down the middle, I'll tell you that.
Let's not talk about penalties. We'll talk about predictions in a minute. But that's an interesting one as well. No mention of Landstaff. Is he still injured again? No mention, is there?
Nothing.
I think he's doing that road trip with Lovelace and Baker.
Yeah.
So,
doing the casualty wards. Yeah, bloody
yeah.
hell. So that's us team-wise. We reckon 4-2-3-1, and we've laid out our players there. What about Palace? What we're going to expect from Palace? Just quickly, Ben, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, look, that pains me to say they are a good side now. They looked really good the other night, didn't they? I only saw the highlights, but they did look really good. I love Wharton. We all know what he did to us last time he played against us for Blackburn. Yeah, look, they are just a good side, unfortunately. This isn't me admitting defeat at all, but the gap in Premier League to Championship is becoming more and more evident every year. The three that go up, the three that come down almost every year now. And then the gap between us and the three or the parachute payment sides is even bigger in our league. So, listen, there is a big golfing class, but it's a one-off game. It's a South London derby. We're going to be bang up for it. You've just got to go and give it your all and see where it gets us. As I say, it's a one-off game. We mentioned VAR. I know we'll come on to that in a bit more in a second, but it only might take Coops to actually finally get one, because, again, Saturday he was being manhandled in the box. So they might actually see that on VAR Saturday, and we might get a penalty and we might nick it. So, listen, they are going to be a good side. Yeah, we just got to go there and give it our all and see what happens.
Yeah. I'm loving your glass half full approach, Ben, as well, rather than half empty like myself. But Jesper, any thoughts, Palace? And a comment there
about the Coops and Jeff. I thought about that today. Actually, easy. Cooper having a really, really strong season. It'll be interesting to see how he thrives against the Premier League striker who's done really well in the last couple of games. Big test for Jeff as well. I know we've seen rumours about Premier League teams, circling around, maybe wanting to sign him. So how will he actually perform against a Premier League striker? So really interesting to see how they both do, actually, but especially Jeff. And again, as I just mentioned about Palace, I don't really know what team they will put out, but I reckon it will be a strong one, and they are good. I mean, I watched them the other night against Villa, and they were very convincing. But it could also be one of them. You come off the back of a win against Villa, who plays in the Champions League, and then you have to play little old Millwall. And then do you get a little bit complacent? I know it's a derby, but again, what does a derby mean for those players who play at Palace these days compared to what it was in the old days? So it's a very tricky one. And as Ben said, it's a South London derby. We'll be right up for it, and maybe more than Palace. Palace didn't even sell out their tickets this week, I believe. I don't know what the status is now. But it just tells you a little bit that maybe it doesn't mean as much to their supporters as it does to us.
Interesting. I mean, look, they've got quality throughout their team, haven't they? When you think, Eze and Mateta up front, as you say, and Guéhi at the back, just a spine there, So they're Ben, I think you're right. It's a very, very tough game for us. Add in the derby element. And look, ultimately, just want to go there and make sure we have a go, and make a good show of ourselves. And you're right, Jesper. It's a real challenge for the likes of Tanganga, isn't it, to see how he can compare against someone like Mateta, who, let's be honest, he's tearing up a lot of bloody Premiership defences this season. So it's no shame if he gives us a bit of a torrid time.
But then again, if he starts, that's the question. Does Mateta start? That's another thing.
Spot on. We'll have to see.
Just on the Jeff bit, Steve, I was going to say in my very pissed up state on Saturday, because it was my birthday, I was telling my Man United mate that he should be playing for Man United. So it's a big game for Jeff, and I hope he performs as well as I've been telling all of my Premier League supporting mates how good he is, and that he should be playing for all of their teams. So yeah, big game, and I hope he puts on a performance on the big stage for everyone to see how good he is.
I've got a feeling he won't let you down. I think he'll have a good game. He'll have a tough game, but I think he'll have a good game. He's quality without doubt. So, and he seems to be getting back to the old Tanganga a bit as well. He had that little blip, didn't he? Not terrible, but just a little drop, a 5% drop off. But I think this will be a defining game to show how good he really is. Hopefully the case. Right. So that's the teams. let's get on to, it's already been mentioned, the dreaded VAR. And, well, before we do that, there was a mention there from Chris. Yeah, we've got the old Premiership referee, Michael Oliver. Any thoughts on that, Ben? I think you might have some thoughts on that, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to chuck this out. Does anyone remember the last game that Michael Oliver refereed for us? Anyone in the chat wants to bring it up? It was an FA Cup game, so I'll give someone a bit of a clue. A very famous one with Neil Harris making some comments towards the big screen. The biggest of clues. It was the last time he refereed a Millwall game. But our record as Michael Oliver being in charge isn't the strongest. Prior to that, was the semi-final against Wigan. And we've only ever actually won 2 games with him in charge. So
you put us up there and then drop us down again.
Yeah, I just stuck it in there. So yeah, not the greatest of records, but listen, he's a proper prima donna now, isn't he? He's likes to be centre of attention. So would I be surprised if there was a red card in the game? No. The VAR thing, yeah, I think like everyone, am I looking forward to it? No, not at all. More so, imagine if we score at any point. Imagine it's going to be a late winner, and then you realise, because we're not going to have a clue, or we're not going to remember having put the ball in the back of the net, that we've then got to wait 5 minutes probably for a check or something. So that's going to kill it. I don't agree with it. Never have done, never will do. I'm all for passion in the moment. If they get it wrong, that's football. Like it or lump it, and it all comes around in some point, doesn't it, in football? But listen, it is what it is. We can't change it. It's going to be there. But yeah, do I like it? No. In terms of, I'm going to spin a little positive on it. I said Coops has been manhandled, as we know, for the best part 2 or 3 years, and we don't get anything from penalties. So you never know. He might get one when someone's hanging off his neck in the penalty box. So that's my little positive of VAR.
Like it. Jesper, any thoughts?
It's an interesting one, and I had a conversation with one of my best mates on Saturday. We were just discussing it in general, and the whole thing about VAR. And I watched Spurs against the City yesterday when the City scored the second one, which was then disallowed. And it took 4.5 minutes to make a decision. And we spoke about there should be like a 1-minute rule. So if you can't find the error, you move on. You know, then it's not a clear mistake anymore. Then you're looking for something, and you're looking, and we're waiting, and it's killing the game, honestly. But at the same time, I thought about a game some years ago when France played Ireland. It was a qualifier for the World Cup. Ireland was up 1-0, and Henry, he blatantly handed the ball on the touchline, and he passed it in. They scored. And these mistakes need to be found because they're crucial. You know, these crucial mistakes, you don't want to see them, not being given. So I don't like VAR in general, but it does have a place. It takes too long, I think. And there should be a larger margin for errors in general. And if it's not crystal clear, you move on. You keep playing. These 1 centimeters here and 1 toenail there, and it's killing the game, honestly, and it's taking too long.
Awful. We've got the semi-automated offsides as well, right, Saturday?
Is it?
Yeah,
I think that's in play as well.
Yeah. So, but it's the times we live in, and we just have to deal with it. And as Ben said, it could also be in our favor because, we should have had quite a few penalties with Cooper. It's been comical that he's not had 1 or 2 penalties, honestly. Yeah. So let's see.
Look, like you, I absolutely hate it with a passion. I think it's the worst thing they've brought into football. But you make a really good point, Jesper. That's what it was brought in for. The Henry handball, something like that. And, the Lampard over the line. I know we've now got over the line technology as well. That's good. That's a development. This bloody, as you say, toenail offside that takes 4.5 minutes to clarify. Come on, that is an absolute abomination. And I just dread that we're going to get something. I hate the fact of nearly 4,000 Millwall fans having an absolute balls celebrating a goal, and then it fucking gets called back, and it's a toenail off, and it's disallowed.
But it's also because they don't seem to have the technology in place. Sometimes it seems like there's cameras missing, so they can't find the angle. So they're trying to draw lines from odd positions, and you're like, what are you trying to find here? And then it just takes even longer. It's just too bizarre sometimes.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm probably being glass half empty. Ben, you'll be a bit more.
I know.
Half
It's
full.
just
It might, if it works in our favour, like Everton worked. It was the Everton game, wasn't it? As Craig is saying there,
it
wasn't VAR, but we didn't have a replay. It worked in our favour, and we go on and win. Wouldn't it be lovely to do something like that? That would be absolutely fantastic.
Just last rant on VAR, because I absolutely hate it as well. I'm with you on that, but with the fouls and like red cards and refereeing decisions, anything that's objective versus subjective, it can't be clear and obvious, because there's three of us here. We could all watch a game, watch a tackle, and two of us could agree and one couldn't. If I'm the ref, it's a difference of opinion. So it for me, it can't work. The only thing it should work are the things like we just said there. Really, it should be offsides and it should be goal line and area of play technology. That's it. That they are the only subjective things in football. Anything else is objective. So it just can't work for me. I'm not looking forward to it.
But offside, Ben, should it be a toe now, or should it be clear and obvious?
Again,
ridiculous.
There should be a lot. I suppose then you are.
How much do you make the gap?
How much? But I would always rather see the forwards in those instances get half a yard of an advantage or whatever it might be. Again, I won't be saying that on Saturday if Mateta gets half a yard and puts one in the back of the net. But listen, it is one of those things. I'm pleased we don't have it every week, fellas. That's all I can say.
Too right. Oh,
got you, mate. We can still hear you.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Sorry, my earpiece was saying I'd lost you for a minute, but I haven't. So anyway, look, let's hope it's not the talking point on Saturday, VAR and the referee. But I'm sure there might be some discussions and some debates. Just very quickly, before we go on to predictions, good point raised there, because Anthony's saying bring Connolly. Connolly's cup tied, as is Kramer, and we believe Triple B as well, unfortunately, Anthony. But let's just quickly, some of the players that we haven't mentioned, guys, who might be on the bench. I've got a little list here. RBW, Jeff said RBW or BRW. Obviously, you'd imagine he'll be on the bench. Any other thoughts?
No, I think he will be. Yeah, agree there, mate.
Any other players you think that would be on the bench?
I suppose Dan Kelly will be, right. He played a little part at the end against Leeds, so I'd imagine we'll see him on the bench. Was he on the bench Saturday? Can't remember if he was.
No, I don't think he was. No, he played Tuesday for the under-21s and scored.
So, yeah, I'd imagine he will be on the bench. You mentioned Wintle already, Steve, didn't you? That he'll probably come in. No, outside of that, I suppose it'll be the usual, won't it? We might see Tom Leahy make a bench appearance. He was on the bench again at Leeds, wasn't he? So
he's not gone out on loan now? Has he gone out on loan, Leahy? I think he might have gone out on loan, Ben.
Did he?
Somewhere. I'm sure he did.
I thought he came back. He was on the bench.
No, I thought he went out again just recently.
Okay.
Maidstone or someone might. I think so. Might be wrong. Please tell us in the chat. But I've got Langstaff.
Oh yeah, mate. He did. Yeah, it says here he's gone on load to the Maidstone. Didn't know that. Missed that.
Yeah, and it's the right thing for him, isn't it? Look, with Massey, forgot about Massey. I don't know if he's injured. Not heard about him. I'm presuming Wallace will be on the bench, as that's the only centre half cover now we've got, because we've not heard much about Hutch at all. Whether he's Wallace
Muzzle will be on the bench, won't he?
So he could handle Mateta, can't he? Fucking hell.
No comment on that one.
Honeyman, Watmore, Look, Langstaff, somebody asked about Langstaff. He was mentioned that he had a slight injury a couple of weeks ago, and we've not seen him since. So that's why we mentioned about an injury, whoever put the comment earlier. Yeah, spot on about VAR. Right, guys, we'll just do a quick couple of comments as we go, and then we'll go on to predictions. He does like to hold it. Yes, that could be the
and push. So
keep
your hands down and such. Yeah.
Right, okay, Anthony's changed his mind by the sound of it. VAR should be issued in the same way as reviewing cricket. Yeah, they could certainly improve it, couldn't they? Cricket, tennis, other sports have got it nailed, and football's done it shit, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, with those ones, though, like we're saying, they are not objective, they're subjective.
Spot on. Yeah, spot on. Cut toenails, that's probably a couple of the injuries, I'd imagine.
I think it was the VAR.
Yes, good point. They got done last year, didn't they, against Man U? Yeah. Lee's gone to Maidstone. Thanks for that. Playing well. Oh, he's playing well. That's good. He's a good player. Good prospect, I think. He could make it on the bench. Cool. Catch up with week's news, Ben. What's that?
On Leahy, mate, I'm assuming, because I didn't know.
Oh, right. Sorry. There's no give here, Ben, is there?
No, I know.
Do you think they would have trained this week with VAR in mind? Interesting. Thoughts?
I don't think so. I don't know how you would.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so.
It'll be mentioned. It'll be mentioned definitely. I would assume in match meetings and pre-match meetings, but I don't know how you would train for it.
Yeah, I'd agree. Jesper, you think so? Same? Yeah.
Nah, I think Jeff had mentioned something that you have to be aware of it. That there is cameras everywhere. There might be certain things you can't get away with at the Palace game, but you shouldn't forget to play like you normally do. You can't run around thinking about it all the time. You just need to play a usual game. So it is what it is, really. But as Ben said, it will be mentioned that,
Yeah, spot on. Right, guys, we're going to wrap up in a minute on score predictions. So get your score predictions into the comments now. Before we do, just a final reminder, please like and subscribe. Put some comments in. It all helps with the algorithms that all go towards adding to the charity pot that we're compiling for great cause of cancer research. So thanks for supporting us for that, and please continue to do so. There's some great shows on at the moment, guys, that you can catch up with as well. So just search Chat with Chaps, and there's some really good viewing and watching or listening that you can do while you're on your travels or you've got a bit of spare time. So please do that. So scores on the doors. Who's going to go first? Jesper? What do you think?
Tough one. I hope it goes into extra time.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's more entertainment for you, Ben. Now you've taken the long way down to South London. I think. Maybe I hope. I don't know. I think I'll go with 1-1 ordinary time. I'm just going to say I think we'll make it 2-1. I think we'll make it 2-1. I hope so.
After extra time,
we could get run over 5-0. But it's a derby, and we have a good record there. So why not? We've seen Plymouth beat Brentford away as well in the FA Cup. Stranger things could happen. I'll go with 2-1 after extra time, and the game will be Saturday on Saturday, fortunately. So that's a good thing.
You'll see me having to be airlifted out of the stadium if that's that happens.
Hopefully.
I hope you'll stay for the end, Ben. Yes, that's for sure.
Can't forget.
We'll go into that. Yeah. Great minds think alike. Alex is with you there, Jesper. What about you, Ben? What are you saying? Score prediction?
I'm going to go with 2. I'm going to go with 2-1 as well. Listen, we got to go into it. Try and be positive with Gary there. We know how tough a game it's going to be, but we got to go into it with some positivity, some hope. It is the FA Cup. The magic of the FA Cup is dwindling, but it's still there. As Jesper said, that these Plymouth beat Liverpool, right? So we've got to take all the confidence we can into the game, to be honest, any means necessary. If it's extra time, if it's penalties, if it's in 90 minutes, it doesn't matter. Let's just get a result. And then we're only one game away from Wembley. So,
correct.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Correct. Look, scores coming in thick and fast. A lot of positivity. I think Gary was saying he doesn't want to be a Debbie Downer, but thinks we'll lose 3-0. And look, very possible. I can't bring myself. My head says it's going to be very, very tough. My heart will say we're going to go for a Desmond 2-2. So I think it'll be 2-2 with possibly us getting a late equaliser. Extra time. It'll go to penalties. I mean, I'd never back us to win a penalty shootout.
Not with our recent record anyway, this time. Jesus.
Exactly.
I'll take one penalty take, let alone 5.
But with that in mind, I wonder whether that could be a little omen that, look, we're obviously not going to score any, and sure enough, we score all 5 and they miss one, and Bob's your uncle, we're in the next round. So wouldn't that be lovely? But yeah, with you there, Carl. The FA Cup is still a great competition, and in fairness to them, you guys have mentioned it there, Plymouth beating Liverpool was brilliant for the FA Cup, wasn't it? You know,
I think it needed that as well, that it's not the usual suspect to go through every single time, you know. So really, really good advertising. And but look, we're in a good run of form as well. We're in a position in the league now where we probably don't have to worry about anything. We're not under pressure in the league to sort of, you know, all right, we got a game on Wednesday. I know people are talking about potential playoffs, but we're sort of in a position now where we can sort of, I wouldn't say enjoy the remainder of the season, but we can take the shackles off a little bit and play with a bit of freedom. So that's why I think I'm a bit more positive for Saturday. You know, if we'd sat sort of just above the relegation zone, it would have been different, I think. But you know, let's have a go. Let's see what we can do. You know, be positive. There's no reason why we shouldn't be.
What season that would be if we beat Leeds away, beat Palace away, then get Man United away in the next round. What a little FA Cup run that would be.
Fabulous. Brilliant. That would be fabulous. And you'd fancy your chances, actually.
You would do against him.
Palace. Look, let's be honest. I think we've quite quite bigged up Palace tonight, you know, saying, look, they're a very good side, great players. We think they'll pay us that respect of playing a full-strength team. But let's get it right. They're not bloody, you know, record breakers or unbeatable. Far from it. So we should go there with every intention of upsetting the apple cart and keeping the magic of the FA Cup alive. And we can do that, definitely. And it would be fantastic. It's going to be a tough watch, isn't it? For 90 plus minutes, the old ticker's going to be going. So I would rather be there. I think it's better when you're there than watching on bloody telly, especially as we'll no doubt have some female commentators and pundits. Sorry, any ladies watching. I don't mean to be sexist at all, but I just don't quite love all that. But good, guys. Listen, we're just over the hour. I think we've done a good review of that. We'll have a quick last look at some comments. I've had some refreshments. We are Wembley bound. Go on, Dave. Love that. Well done, mate. My hope is that Palace peaked too early against Villa. Very good point. Why not? Yeah. Look, and the big thing, they could take us lightly, couldn't they? Without a shadow of a doubt. Even if he puts out a full-strength team, the players will naturally think, we'll roll this lot over easy. And I think somebody said in the comments earlier, you know, with some of the type of players they've got, might not realise the importance of this rivalry, etc. So we may well catch them napping. Yeah, absolutely. Do you think so, Chris? Do you think there might be a touch of bias? Oh my goodness, not half.
They'll have them all out for us, don't they? John Goodman will be on there. Bloody Joby McAnuff will be on there. We get them all the Millwall presenter.
Absolutely. All the haters. Yeah. That's an interesting one, because I remember you saying to me at Leeds, Ben, would you take a win today and a defeat at Plymouth, or vice versa? Do you remember? So that's an interesting, what Carl's saying there. I won't say the answer.
That certainly worked.
Yeah,
I think my words were as well. I would take a win today and we'll get spanked. I think they were my exact words.
So come on then, what you do? Are you with Carl there?
Yeah,
Wembley.
Oh, I think. Yeah. Listen, well, can I take playoffs out and Wembley?
A double visit. You want a double visit? Double.
That is a question. I will go FA Cup. Wembley semi-final.
FA Cup, yeah. Jesper.
I do love the playoffs, though. Oh, you know, even when we were in League One and we made it to the playoff, they just got something about them, and I hope that the EFL will never change their system the way they have it now, because it's electric, you know, the end of the season, and you really got something to play for. Yeah. So I think I'd take the playoffs, knowing that we won't get to Europe anyway if we made it to Wembley. So, yeah, but as Ben said, if I could take both, you know.
Why not?
Tell you what,
be positive.
Let's take the win Saturday, and then we'll ask again after that.
Yeah.
If we want the playoffs. Yeah, let's go.
We got Man City
one question at a time. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, thanks for that, Hughesy. That was one of the interviews I was referring to. I haven't seen it myself yet, but apparently it's fantastic. Ex-coach of Millwall and a mind coach, isn't he? Or what do they call them, Ben? The
performance coach or
performance coach, you know. And apparently it's a really, really good interview. So do yourselves a favour and watch that, guys. Yeah, Dougie Freeman's watched us a lot. Yeah, so he'll have the lowdown on us. But look, we shall see. So we're not far away now, guys. So look, before we wrap up, any final comments from you, Jesper, first and foremost?
Just want to wish all the traveling fans good luck on Saturday. It's been a while since we've been down there, so let's make sure we take a win back home. And yeah, looking forward to a couple of very exciting months to see where we end up in the table, how we perform, how some of the new players progress in the team. So yeah, I think the glass is more than half full. So yeah, good luck on Saturday. Ben going down as well.
Thanks, mate. Looking forward to it.
Spot on. Thanks, Jesper, and thanks for coming on, mate. Always love your input. I genuinely amazes me, you know, what knowledge you have of the club and the history, etc. It's fantastic. A proper fan. It's great to see. So good to see you, mate.
Cheers.
Ben, any last comments?
No, obviously looking forward. Well, I'm saying no, yes. Looking forward to it, mate. It's going to be a great day. Obviously, nearly 4,000 of us down there. Just hope we really have a go, like you said earlier. So that's all we can ask. As long as we have a go, if we come out of it the other side and it's not good enough, so be it. But as long as we put on a performance and put on a performance like Jesper's dog, then we'll be all right.
Oh yes, sorry, I didn't realise he came actually.
Unless that's the little one, yes, but I don't know.
They are away actually, so she's not at home, so it's pretty quiet here.
Dog sitting, yeah.
So
what's the picture, Jesper, for the boys? Is it a sound wave? Is that what he said? Oh, we've lost you. I have.
Hamburg, I think. Hamburg.
Sorry, I was muted. It's Hamburg, yeah. I think someone asked before as well, so it's sort of an artsy way of painting it. So you have this is the Hamburg Stadium, this is the TV tower, they have a famous bridge there as well, etc. So it's not a sound wave, but it looks like it, yeah.
I'll tell you what, you don't just get football on this channel, but guys, I'm telling you,
it's culture channel,
absolutely. Diversity, the whole lot. Listen, we're getting a lot of thanks from everybody. Ben, thanks for coming on. Always love your input, mate. Jealous as hell that you're going on Saturday, and hope you enjoy at least the full 90 minutes, please, Ben. At least.
No comment, mate. No comment.
But look. Final from me, same as you guys. Look, good luck to all the fans going. Hope the boys do you proud, and I'm looking forward to a good load of monk charts. So make sure you get them monk charts rather going off. But thanks for watching. The show's only as good as you guys watching and your comments. There's some great comments tonight and interaction, and I think we're all looking positively to Saturday, so we'll do that. We have got we'll obviously have post-match reviews, etc., and I think we're looking at doing a live show next Wednesday, because obviously we've got Bristol City Tuesday. So Joe will be back to host that one next Wednesday. So thanks to everybody. Have a great next couple of days, and fingers crossed for Saturday. Come on, you Lions.
Hi, it's Steve Morrison here, and you're listening to Chat with Chaps, chatting Millwall, come rain or shine.